Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog, and welcome to my first ever live stream. It's been a while since I last did a live stream for this channel. The last time I did a live stream was like way back in 2018, so this is like the first live stream I'm doing since I came back. So, with this live stream, you guys get to ask me questions that deal with movies, TV shows, video games, whichever you want to ask me about. So, we'll go ahead and get started with this live stream. But first, I wanted to let you guys know about some updates for this channel. So, for one thing, we just reached 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So, finally, we were able to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this year. I thought that was never going to happen, but apparently, we were able to reach 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So, I guess to celebrate, we're going to do like this special Q&A video where I answer you guys questions. Like, again, the questions could deal with movies, TV shows, video games, whichever you want. Just no personal questions. But anyway, I am so happy that we finally reached like 500 subscribers for this channel. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel. It's definitely worth it. So LPS Pinky Lollipop says hi. Hi. Glad to see you here on this live streaming. And another update I have for this channel is my Patreon account. So the last time I talked about my Patreon account, there was like a lot of changes I had to do with the account because a lot of people were saying that they didn't understand what was going on with my Patreon account at the time. And to be fair, it was like the first time I actually did like a Patreon account at the time. So I didn't know exactly what to do, but with this Patreon account, I am doing a special offer where I offer digital art for anybody who joins my Patreon page between December and January. So I have some special digital arts that features like Daggett Beaver, Invader Zim, some Christmas digital art, some Halloween digital art. So any digital art that you guys if you like any of those digital arts, please let me know when once you become a patron on my Patreon page. Please let me know so I could give you one of those digital arts, or I could email you those digital arts to you guys. And I hope that I'll be able to see you guys on my Patreon page. So, LPS Pinky Lollipop says, congratulations on 500 subscribers. Thank you. I was really happy when that happened. Like, I thought I would never reach 500 subscribers on this channel because it took me a while to reach like 500 subscribers. But I'm so happy that I finally reached 500 subscribers. So thank you so much for telling me, for thanking me about getting 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. And I'm so happy that I was able to get 500 subscribers. It was like a long journey. So I like to thank everybody for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I was able to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this year. Okay, so if you guys have any questions that deal with movies, TV shows, and video games, please let me know in the comments down below. This live stream will go on for 30 minutes, so I'll probably wrap up this live stream around 8:30. So if there's any questions you guys want to ask me, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll be sure to answer your guys' questions. So let me know. But yeah, I've been gone for the past 2 years regarding live streaming because there was a lot going on with me in the last 2 years that I wasn't able to do a live stream for a while. So I'm just glad to be back to live streaming again and talking with you guys one on one again. And I like to answer your guys' questions about everything that's happened on this channel, about movie reviews and stuff like that. So please feel free to ask me any kind of questions that deal with movies, TV shows, and video games. And Mystic Knight VA says, "Hey sis, congrats." Oh hey, glad you came on the chat. Mystic Knight is my sister, so it's great to have her on the chat. Thank you so much for supporting me, sis. It's really great. So great to have you here. And Mystic Knight. Oh yeah, again, Mystic Knight, it's great to have you here on this live chat with me, and thank you for supporting me with this channel with the 500 subscribers. So thanks. LPS Pinky Lollipop says, "What's your favorite Invader Zim character?" I really liked Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that show, but I really like Gur, the robot, the who assists Invader Zim. He's such a funny character. Like, he keeps messing up on a lot of stuff, but Zim still has him around, and he brings on so much comedy to the series. So I really like Gur from Invader Zim. I also like Gaz, who's Dib's little sister. She's like that gothic kid who's like moody all the time, but it's clear that she does care about Dib, even though she's like, you're kind of crazy about believing all these aliens and stuff. So I do like Gaz also because she's like that moody sister that is like, she doesn't really care what her brother does, but at the same time she kind of does. So I do like Gaz's character in Invader Zim. So please keep the questions up, you guys. If you got any questions about movies, TV shows, or video games, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be drinking a little water. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching Invader Zim when it first came out. Well, not when it first came out, but a few years after it came out because it's such an interesting show. It's a shame that it got canceled like years ago, but thankfully it got a TV movie that was able to wrap up everything. So yeah, I do like Invader Zim, and I really like the voice actors in the show. I especially love Richard Horvitz, who voices Zim, because he also voiced Daggett Beaver from the Angry Beavers. So that was pretty cool to see Richard Horvitz voice Invader Zim in that series, and he did such a fantastic job with the character. And I just love the dark setting of Invader Zim overall. So yeah, I think Invader Zim is definitely one of those shows you should check out. It's one of those shows I'm glad that I was able to check out myself. So let me take a bit of the drink of water. But yeah, if you got any questions that deal with movies, TV shows, and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm trying to think of what other things happened for my channel. So you guys may have noticed that there's a lot of changes going on with my channel. Like, I decided to do more movie reviews and TV show reviews and video game reviews because in the past I wasn't able to go to a movie theater that much, so I couldn't really do reviews on the most recent films that came out, which is sad for me because I wanted to review movies and TV shows, but, because I wasn't able to go to movie theaters that much back in the day, I couldn't really review them. So now that I'm able to review movies on streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, I actually have more videos to do. So let's see the next question. LPS Pinky Lollipop says, man, did anyone remember Ren and Stimpy? That show is kind of disgusting and not appropriate for kids. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I honestly never liked Ren and Stimpy. I know that's controversial for a lot of people, but I can never get into that show because it's disgusting and gross. Like, I never like gross humor at all in a lot of shows. I mean, some shows I could deal with it, like Our Monsters and Shrek. They have gross humor, but at least with those characters, it makes sense with those characters because they're monsters, or in Shrek's case, he's an ogre, so that's something that's natural to them. But with shows like Ren and Stimpy, I couldn't never get into it because of the gross humor. Like, I never was a huge fan of snot jokes and stuff like that, so I just couldn't get into Ren and Stimpy. Again, I know that could be a controversial thing for a lot of people, but yeah, for me personally, I never could get into Ren and Stimpy because of that. But yeah, I did like a lot of Nicktoons back in the 90s. Like, some of my favorite Nicktoons was the Angry Beavers, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Our Monsters, Rocko's Modern Life a little later in the years, but I did like Rocko's Modern Life. But yeah, I did like a lot of Nicktoons that came out in the 90s. So I haven't really watched a lot of the recent Nicktoons that came on Nickelodeon yet. Like, the only recent Nicktoon I've seen so far was The Loud House, and that's a pretty good show. I've seen Ninja Turtles. I don't know if that would be considered a Nicktoon because technically speaking, that was a property that was used before. But I have seen the new Ninja Turtles CGI cartoon. I haven't seen like the newest Ninja Turtles series that just recently came out, but I have seen the Ninja Turtles CGI series and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I got to start watching some of the more recent Nicktoons on Nickelodeon. So yeah, if you guys got any more questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. And I was also talking about like changes with my channel. Like, I'm doing more movie reviews and TV show reviews. And oh, here's the next question. LPX Pinky Lollipop says, I agree, disgusting things are not my thing. I agree with you. Like, disgusting shows are not my thing either. I don't like gross humor shows that much. Like, again, some shows I'm okay with, like Shrek and All Our Monsters, because they're monsters, or an ogre respectively, and those are things that they naturally do. But when shows have like gross humor, like snot jokes or vomit and stuff like that, I just can't get into it. Like, I never like that type of humor. Like, the type of humor I usually like is like sarcastic humor, so if it's like gross humor, I can't really get into it. But talking about the changes on my channel, I am doing movie reviews and TV show reviews and video game reviews the best I can. I also have the Reviews 2.0 series where I actually do full on reviews of movies, TV shows, and video games I've sat down and played or watched. So be on the lookout for my Reviews 2.0 series. And LPS Pinky Lollipop also asked, "Hey, do you remember that Spencer always set everything on fire?" Oh, are you talking about iCarly? I never saw iCarly before. Like, I saw, like, maybe bits and pieces of the show, but I never really, actually sat down and watched iCarly. I did watch some of the other shows, like All That and Keen and Kel back in the day, but I never watched iCarly, so I might sit down and watch iCarly one of these days. Who knows? But I might watch that show. But I did noted that a lot of people said that some character on the show was always setting things on fire, so I think that's Spencer. So I am curious about that character on iCarly. But yeah, I think I might look into iCarly someday. Like, I saw all the other shows on Nickelodeon, like Victorious and all that, but not iCarly. So we'll probably look into that. But regarding the Reviews 2.0 series, those are like reviews where I do full on reviews of movies, TV shows, and video games I sat down and played and watched. And usually they would be over like 10 minutes or up to 30 minutes, depending on how lengthy the movie or TV show is and how much content is in the movie and TV show. So be on the lookout for my Reviews 2.0 series, and if there's a movie or TV series that you guys want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to review those down the line. And with this live stream, you guys may have noticed that I'm kind of stuttering a lot. That's because this video is not quite edited. I'm just talking out of my head here. So if you guys are wondering, why are you stuttering so much when we look at your videos and you're not really stuttering, that's because I edited those videos. I just thought it was something I put out there in case you're curious about it. But yeah, you know, I've been struggling with stuttering in my videos for a long time, and now I just realized, I could just edit the video so I wouldn't have to be stuttering too much in my videos. But when it comes to live streams, yeah, I'd probably be stuttering a lot, but that's fine because, that's who I am. I tend to stutter a lot, even though I'm trying to get better at it. So, yeah. And also, there's a goal on this Streamlabs where I'm shooting for 100 subscribers. So far I have 3 subscribers on this this live stream. So let's reach up to 100 subscribers by maybe the end of next year. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it by the end of this year because I just started this live streaming. So this is a thing that would have to go on for a while for me to reach the 100 subscriber goal. But yeah, if you're here from Streamlabs and you like looking at live streams through Streamlabs, then please feel free to support this channel by subscribing on my Streamlabs account. And I usually try to do like super chats where if I do a super chat, I most likely will answer people's questions. But because at the moment I'm not doing super chats, I want to answer everybody's questions. So that's what I'm going to do for now. So, but yeah, in the future videos, if I do get up to Snapchat or, well, super chats and stuff like that, if I get up to that, then yeah, I'll probably most likely answer those type of questions. But just letting you guys know ahead of time in case that happens. Okay, LPS Pink Lollipop says, "Anyone remember Face from the 90s? He was the host of Nick Jr. Rip Face." Oh yeah, I remember Face. Like, I saw him a lot on Nick Jr. Like, even though I didn't watch Nick Jr. that much when I was little, I probably watched like a few shows like Blue's Clues and what else I watched? Little Bear, Franklin. I did watch those shows on Nick Jr. back in the day. But I remember when the Face used to come up and there was like so many bumpers of the Face and he was like the mascot of Nick Jr. And I do kind of miss Face a bit, to be honest, because he was like a really energetic host for Nick Jr. And I wish that there was more energetic hosts like that for kids shows. So yeah, that's what I liked about Face so much, is that he's just so energetic, and I wish that we were able to see more of him on Nick Jr. But so I want to ask you guys a question. Is Nick Jr. still around? I haven't watched Nickelodeon for many years, so I don't know what's exactly going on that channel. All I know is that shows like The Loud House is on there now, but I'm pretty sure Nick Jr. is still around because then we wouldn't have that Dora the Explorer live action movie that came out last year. So I guess it's still around. But yeah, let me for you guys who are currently watching Nick Jr. Has things changed a lot on Nick Jr.? I know a lot of things have changed on Nickelodeon since the last time I watched it, but what about Nick Jr.? Has things changed and Face is not on there anymore? And don't get me started what's going on with Blue's Clues. Like, there's a lot of changes I've heard from Blue's Clues. Like, either he's a puppet now or he's fully animated. I can't remember what everybody said about Blue's Clues, but I know a lot of people said that there's a lot of changes going on with Blue's Clues. So, I like to know in the comments down below, has Nick Jr. changed that much? Let me know. Okay, so we're 16 minutes into the live stream, so I'll wrap this up around 8:30. So if you got any more questions that there were movies, TV shows, and video games, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer it for you guys. But yeah, it's been a while since I did a live stream. Like I mentioned before, the last time I did a live stream was way back in 2018, and that was because I had so much going on. Like for the last few years, I could tell you what was going on with my life in the last few years, but that would be a long time talking to you guys about it. So, but let's just say a lot of things was happening to me in the last few years, so I wasn't able to do a live show. But now I'm happy to finally do a live show again. It's like been so many years since I last did a live show. So thank you guys for showing up to this live stream that I've done for the first few years. So thank you so much. LPS Pinky Lollipop says, yes, it's still around and it's still alive and kicking. Oh, that's cool. It's great to see Nick Jr. is still alive and kicking. Like, again, I haven't seen Nickelodeon for many years, so I'm not sure what's going on with that channel. But it's great that Nickelodeon is still running, and it's great that Nick Jr. is still running. So, what kind of shows they still have on there, I'm not sure, but one of the shows I do know they still have is Dora the Explorer and Blue's Clues. So, yeah, I'm glad that Nick Jr. is still around. Will I be watching that channel? Probably not, because I'm too old to watch it now, but, yeah, I'm glad to see that Nick Jr. is back on the network again. And I'd be interested to see what new shows they got for Nick Jr. I'm really liking this live stream, you guys. Keep up the questions. If you got any questions, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. But yeah, for the last few years, I wasn't able to do live streaming that much because of life getting in the way. But I'm just glad to do live streaming with you guys again because I miss talking with my audience. You know, I miss answering questions for you guys. So I hope that I keep doing this for the next few months. Like, I think I'm gonna do like one live stream per month. Like this month's live stream is basically me celebrating having 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I thought I would never get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year because, like, I've been struggling for years to try to get up to at least 500 subscribers, and hopefully maybe next year I get up to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I can do that, but that'd be a great goal to reach, just getting up to like 1,000 subscribers by next year. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, as I said, I'm so happy to finally get 500 subscribers for this channel. It's been a long journey for me. Like, I've been on YouTube for over 10 years now, so it's great that I finally have 500 subscribers. I probably would have gotten more if I actually had my channel straightened out from the get-go. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for helping me reach 500 subscribers, and I hope to get 1,000 subscribers next year. The Cartoon Critic's here. Hey, Cartoon Critic. And they ask, oh, hey, it's been a while since I've been to this channel. How have you been? Oh, I've been doing good. Like, I haven't really done a live stream for years because a lot was going on with me in life, so I wasn't able to do a live stream for a long time. But it's great that I'm back to doing live stream again. Excuse me. So, yeah, I miss talking to you guys. And, yeah, I've been doing fine. I haven't talked to you for a while, Cartoon Critic. It's great to finally talk to you again. LPS Pinky Lollipop says, how did you feel when Cameron Boyce passed away? Well, I was sad about it, even though I didn't know him that well. Like, I haven't watched a lot of the stuff that he was in. It's just sad that we have another actor pass away. You know, I always feel sad when any actor or actress passes away, even if I didn't know them that well or I haven't watched a lot of their content. But it was still sad, you know, that Cameron Boyce passed away. and I heard that he was one of the mainstays of of Nickelodeon or Disney Channel. I can't remember which channel it was, but he was like the mainstays of one of those channels, and sad that he had passed away, and he was just so young, and it's just always sad to see that happen. Cartoon Critic says, "I'm surprised you remember me." Yeah, um, we actually talked a bit like in the last few years or so. Like it's been a while since I last talked to you, but yeah, we've been talking with each other for the last few years, and I remember you because of your username Cartoon Critic. That was like the first few usernames I've seen when I first got into YouTube. So yeah, I'm glad to see you again. Um, who is Cameron Boyce? You might have to ask somebody else about Cameron Boyce because, like I said, I haven't really watched anything he was in. All I know is that he was a mainstay of Nickelodeon or Disney Channel. I'm not sure which one, but I know he was a young actor who was a mainstay in one of those channels, and he had just recently passed away. But he was very young, and it's just a shame that he passed away at such a young age. Um, let's see. Okay. So if you guys got any more questions for me to answer, please let me know in the comments down below. And again, I'm happy to reach like 500 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. And but yeah, let's see. So Cartoon Critic says, "Oh, I remember him now. I remember China and McClane crying over his death." Um, I do know China Al. I think I know who China Anna Ann McClane is. Like, I don't know if she's the girl from Daddy's Little Girls. I've seen Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girl. I'm not sure if that was her. Please let me know in the comments down below if that was her. China Allen McClane, if she was the one who played one of the little girls in Daddy's Little Girls. Cartoon Critic says, "What new shows are you into?" Oh, I'm into a lot of new shows. Like, there's a bunch of new shows that just came out that I really like. One of the new shows I'm currently into is the Animaniacs Reboot. I never thought that I would actually be into the Animaniacs Reboot, but it's actually pretty good. Like, I think it captures the spirit of the original series. Like, the original series, I loved it so much, and I was actually worried that the reboot wasn't going to do the original series any justice, but it did. So, I really been enjoying the Animaniacs Reboot. Another new series I've really been enjoying is, I believe, this new show called Blood of Zeus. It's this new anime series that came on Netflix, and it's just basically about Greek mythology and the Greek gods. And it's a pretty good show. It's a very gory show, but it's really good. I definitely suggest you guys check that out. It's a pretty good show if you're into Greek mythology. And then another show I really like is Dragon's Dogma. That's another anime series that's based off a video game series that's on Netflix that I think you guys should check out. It's a pretty good series, so if you play the Dragon's Dogma video games, you'll probably enjoy that series. Cartoon Critic said, "I haven't watched The Boys myself." Oh, I haven't seen The Boys either. Like, I've been hearing a lot of good things about The Boys, but I never got the chance to see it. I guess because it's on Amazon Prime and I don't have Amazon Prime at the moment. But I would like to watch The Boys someday. Like, I've been hearing nothing but good things about that show, and I do love superhero shows, so I would like to watch The Boys someday. Cartoon Critic says, "I barely remember the original Animaniacs because I was so young." Oh, it's a fantastic series if you want to rewatch that show. I think Hulu's playing the original Animaniacs show. So if you want to check out the original Animaniacs, it's on Hulu. So you could go ahead and check it out and like see like what that show is all about, and why it's so beloved by the animation community. But it's definitely worth checking out if you are interested in checking out Animaniacs. The Cartoon Critic says, "But I love the reboot and I don't get why old fans hate it." Oh wait, old fans hate the reboot? Well, I mean, with reboots, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with everybody. Like, there's some reboots that I don't like myself, but there's other reboots that I do like, and I think they did the original series justice. So I guess it really depends on what the reboot does. But there are some reboots that I thought were very well done, and there's some reboots that weren't well done. Um, so here's another question from LPS Pinky Lollipop, and they ask, How did you feel when the Angry Beavers got canceled? I was upset. I was like, oh god, I can't believe the Angry Beavers got canceled, because the Angry Beavers was like one of my all-time favorite Nicktoons when I was growing up, and the fact that it got canceled, it actually made me stop watching Nickelodeon altogether at the time, because I was like, I only watch, well, I didn't just watch Nickelodeon for the Angry Beavers, but the Angry Beavers was like one of the main shows I was watching on Nickelodeon at the time, and when it got canceled, I was like really upset about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch Nickelodeon anymore at this point, because the Angry Beavers got canceled, and just the way that it got canceled was very unfair. Like how it got canceled was because of this episode called Bye Bye Beavers that pretty much criticized what Nickelodeon was doing at the time. And I actually watched the episode myself recently, and I actually liked the episode. Like, I think it did a pretty good job of making fun of themselves and also making fun of what Nickelodeon was doing, but it did it in such a clever way that I was like, I really like this episode, and yeah, I can see why Nickelodeon canceled the show for that reason, but still, it's not fair to that show. I thought that episode was pretty good. But yeah, I was really upset when the Angry Beavers got canceled, and I still want that revival movie to happen, like they did with Rocco and Invader Zim and Hey Arnold. Cartoon critics said some old fans hate it, others like it, others are indifferent to it. So we're talking about the Animaniacs reboot. So yeah, again, reboots have a love-hate relationship with a lot of fans, and I happen to be one of those fans who's like, I either like the reboot or I hate the reboot. So it really depends on how good the reboot is, but sometimes the reboots are not that good or they don't do the original justice. So it really depends on what it does. The cartoon critic said, I never heard of the Angry Beavers. Is it an old show? I haven't watched Nick in years. Yeah, it was a show that came out in the 90s, 1997, I believe. And it was like it really depends on whether or not you watched the show when you were younger or not. But it was either an unpopular Nicktoon or it was a popular Nicktoon. I do know that a lot of people talked about Angry Beavers, but it wasn't like as popular, say, Hey Arnold, Rugrats. But yeah, it was an old Nicktoon that came out in the late 90s, and it was heavily talked about by the Nicktoons community, but it wasn't as popular as, say, the Hey Arnold or Rugrats. Excuse me. Give me some water. We're close to wrapping up this stream. It's almost 8:30, so if you got any more questions for me to ask before it's 8:30, please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, about the Angry Beavers, it's basically a show about these two beaver brothers named Norbert and Daggett, who have moved out of their parents' house when they were younger. Or, well, they moved out of their parents' house when the sisters were born, because of this rule that's like, if you're the older siblings, you have to move out when your younger siblings are born, or something like that. And the show is basically based on them having these crazy adventures while they're living on their own, and that's basically what the Angry Beavers is all about. So the cartoon critic says, if there was a reboot of Angry Beavers, would you watch it? I'd probably watch it. I would rather watch a revival of the Angry Beavers, to be honest. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with reboots in general, and I tend to have like a love-hate relationship with the Angry Beavers. I mean, well, no, I have a love-hate relationship with reboots in general. So if the Angry Beavers does get a reboot, I might be inclined to watch it, but maybe not, because again, I don't care for reboots that much. So, I mean, some reboots are good and some reboots are bad, but I don't know if I'd be into getting a reboot for the Angry Beavers. So it really depends. The cartoon critic said, I hope you don't have COVID because you're coughing. No, I don't have COVID. I cough because when I talk for long periods of time, sometimes I start coughing a bit. So, no, I don't have COVID. But, sometimes I talk for a long time and that causes my throat to close up a bit. So, that's why I sometimes wrap up these videos around 30 minutes because of how long I talk. So, yeah, that's why I'm coughing, because I usually talk for a long time and that causes my throat to get dried up a bit. Pinky LPS Pinky Lollipop said, I had enough of 2020. I do too, honestly. I just have not been loving the direction of 2020. Like, all this horrible things happening. Like I said, I don't want to bring down this live stream with bad news about what's going on in the real world, so I'll just be vague about it. But yeah, I'm ready for 2020 to just wrap up already because everything's just gone wrong this year, and I just hope 2021 is a better year. I just haven't been liking with the direction of this year, and I just hope next year is way better. The cartoon critic says, by the way, I love Blood and Zeus. I'm about to wrap up the series. Oh, that's cool. I finished the series like a few months ago, and I love the series. Like, I love learning about Greek mythology, and I think that series is great when you want to learn about Greek mythology. So, yeah, I definitely recommend you check out Blood and Zeus if you watch it on Netflix. Okay. LPS Pink Lollipop says, bye. Oh, see you later. And I got one more question from the cartoon critic. And he says, one series I can recommend is Ses Manos. It's on Netflix and it's amazing. Oh, I never heard of Ses Manos. I gotta check that show out. Like, I don't think I heard anybody mention about that series. So I definitely gonna try to type that in and see what it's all about on Netflix. Is it like a recent series that just came out on Netflix? Like, I might check that out myself. But it sounds pretty interesting. Cartoon Critic says, I love God of War. It's a great game. Oh, yes. I've been hearing a lot of great things about God of War. Like, I heard that's a really great video game series. I like Greek mythology overall, and the fact that this is about Greek mythology has me really interested. So I'm definitely going to try to play God of War whenever I can. But I've been trying to play that game for a long, long time. So, yeah. So I'm about to wrap things up. And here are some things I want to talk about, some updates on my channel. So I do have new videos posted up every Sunday and Monday. So if you want to check out new videos from this channel, just tune in every Sunday and Monday for new videos. I also will be doing mostly movie reviews, TV show reviews, and video game reviews every week. Mostly movie reviews and TV show reviews. So if you guys are wondering what new movies or TV shows are currently coming out, please check out my reviews every week. And I'll be sure to review whatever new movie or TV series is coming out during the week. And I'm also doing this new series called Movie News Roundup, where I talk about the news that's going on in the movie and TV genre. So if you want to know what's going on in the movies or the TV shows, then please feel free to join up for the Movie News Roundup series. And Cartoon Critic says, please look at Ses Manos. The animation and fight scenes are amazing. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm gonna try to see that series on Netflix and see what it's all about. And I might review it on my second channel, Animation Bliss. And speaking of Animation Bliss is my second channel. So if you're a huge fan of animation and you want to know more about the world of animation, stuff like that, then you could check out my second account, Animation Bliss, and please feel free to subscribe to my second channel, Animation Bliss, for more information about animation. And the cartoon critic said, it's great talking to you again. It's great talking to you again. I'm glad to see you on this live stream again. It's been years since I last talked to you, so it's great to see you again. So I think we're going to wrap up this live stream now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'm so happy that this channel reached up to 500 subscribers. And I hope my biggest goal for 2021 is that I can reach up to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all for coming for this month's live stream. And I hope to see you guys next month in January. Bye, everybody.